history of British literature. The British literature has an extensive and complex history. It is one of the oldest and most influential literature in the world. Um, we can speak of English literature from the 5th century High Middle Age when the Roman Empire began to abandon the British uh, Isles and the people of Germanic origin began to occupy it. Um, it includes literature writing in Old English from 600 to 1066. The most widespread genres are epic or heroic poetry, sermon, Bible translation, legal texts, chronicles, among others. The most important texts of the time are Beowulf, Anglo-Saxon Chronicles, and the Book of the Exeter. The British literature of Renaissance began with the Tudor dynasty, who promote the humanism and culture. There are three main periods: Elizabethan, Jacobite, and Carolingian. Due to the great influence of the internet and social network, short history, microhistory, and capsules of literature are increasingly popular, and with the development of the digital device such as ebooks, table, or mobile phones, it has been possible for more people to have easy access to literature.
The history of the British is so exciting, starting with the Anglo-Saxons era, where the Anglo and Saxons giving birth to what we know today as the Old English. Then, the medieval period was a time of kings and their ladies' fair, with a judicial systems, royal cartoons, juries, and chivels to Britain. Renaissance was a revolutionary era for literature, art, science, coming out the dark and innovating in literature genres such as comedy, drama, and others. Neoclassicism refers to a style that is based on but different from. The word is as it should be. Romantic period was inspired by the desire for liberty and the denouncing of exploitation of the poor. On the other hand, the Victorian era was characterized by the expanding the horizons of the education and literacy, as well as by the increased desire of the people to the questions of the religions and politics. The Edwardian and York period start the death of the Queen Victoria. The Georgian poetry is characterized by quiet, formal, often elegiac and pastoral lyrics. The main characteristics of the modern literature include individualism, experimentations, symbolisms, absurdity, and formalisms. However, the postmodernists indicate a sense that modernists have been supported by the new cultural, aesthetic, and critical agent, which continues changing day by day.
Ancient works of British literature. It was in the period of 450 to 1150. The pottery was the primary characteristics of ancient English literature. It had characteristics as it was epic because it's about warriors and kings. Also, elegy, it means a mix of drama and romance, and ballads because they create songs that it represents their literature too. Uh, Most of them are by anonymous author. As example, we had Beowulf, that is a poem about a Scandinavian and his warrior, and the Anglo-Saxon Chronics that it contains their history, and the battles on the Pelennor, and the history of kings of Britain.
Anglo-Saxon age is considered to be the starting point of British literature. The stories and poems of a literary people have to be passed on orally by designing storytellers called scopes. These scopes and the points on the story they created define the values of their society and culture. Their literature is combination of savory and sentiment of emotion and actions. They had a great love of psychical heroism, home, family, and personal freedom. The major genres that flourished the Anglo-Saxon age were heroic poetry, religious poetry, elegies, and prose. Important literary pieces include Beowulf, that's lament the Anglo-Saxon clerically, Dream of the Rood, Fathers, and Apostle, and among others.